Just 10 things I want to know about you, which my daughter helped me make this tin. It's a Christmas tin.
Lovely.
Full of questions. Originally it was 100, and then whenever I pull one, it gets tossed in the bin, so nobody gets the same questions. We will do 10 of them, and if there's any you don't want to answer, you just say, I don't want that, and I'll throw it back in. I'll get a different one.
Okay.
But they're fun, and now we're going to learn all kinds of interesting and random things about you. Let's see. Have you ever played the game Portal? That's not the question, but I'm just asking. Okay, good. The question is the cake a lie? That's the question. Is the cake a lie?
No.
No, the cake is not a lie. You heard it here first. The answer is no. I feel like if you hadn't played Portal, you'd be like, that's a weird question, Rachel. Why are you asking me that? There, look, we got some cake emojis now.
My new one. It's my brand new one.
Is it? Is it something special about strawberry cake?
The wee little golden chocobo that's always trying to get the cake in Final Fantasy. You know, the chocobos fly and they have cake on like a fishing pole, and they can never reach the cake, and that's what makes them fly. And so that's sad. And we also have a lot of birthdays in our community, and I thought we need cake. So
definitely.
There we go. And see Stingy there. See Stingy, Queen of Baking. She's from the community. She's the most incredible baker. Oh my word! And so she loves cake.
Oh wow! I think that we need a cake emoji, Dr. B.
Yeah.
The cake was our journey all along. Is what Kelly Dunlap, Dr. Kelly Dunlap. We were talking about you earlier, Kelly.
How are you doing?
We have a question in the chat. If there was one TV show or movie you could erase from your memory and re-experience for the first time, what would it be? Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Psychgeist, my favorite movie of all time. Movie of all time. Yeah, love that.
You said that with a lot of conviction.
I only got the poster yesterday. I'm so excited.
I love that poster. I also love the Murloc, Leonardo da Vinci.
Yep. And then this one is from Fallout. And that one, at the other end says it's a bit like it says meet me at the Gold Saucer. So that's what that one is.
Oh,
yeah.
Fine.
And I've got two others to go up on the wall. One says I want to believe from Mulder's office in the X-Files. And another one is from All the Worlds. I'm showing you all my loves now.
Yes. No, that's awesome. I don't have too many. I mean, I have a couple.
Sorry. This is our living room, and it goes all the way down there.
Oh, is it?
And when people walk in, they don't know us. They stop for a minute because there's all these like there's 6 monitors right here, right now, and laptops over there, and servers over there, because we run servers of other games that are safe for people. You might see my hubby come down the stairs in a minute. And so this whole lounge room, I have no apologies of who we are in life. We love our games and we love our science fiction. It's like, live your best life.
100%. 100%. Question: is it your mod's job to keep maniacs from incinerating your morality core? Is that a reference to something I don't understand? I feel like it might be. I don't know. Can you clarify? I feel like I don't understand the question. We will rephrase and come back to that one. What was the first video game you can remember playing as a child? I think we talked about this.
It was the tennis. Yeah, it was the tennis.
Pong. Pong is classic. Oh, Dr. B is very on board with you.
Oh, it was a Portal reference.
What's a Portal? Cave Johnson. I do have Cave Johnson. I do have a Portal reference behind me. And I have a Moogle.
Yes, you do have a Moogle. I like your Moogle.
Thank you. That Moogle was hard to track down. That is a Final Fantasy VI Moogle. Very fun.
I'm on the waiting list for a plush, gorgeous little fat kitty. I try to have little things from all the games that I play. Like that's a lunchbox from Final Fantasy with Nuka Girl, and underneath that is something else from Final Fantasy. And up here is my most recent. It's a wee little otter with a little hat on. It's a little otter minion. So that's what that is behind there. There's Mothman. I'm very much a Fallout girl as well. So there's all sorts of games all sort of behind me. I just surround myself with things that I love.
As you should.
And hubby's a minimalist. Can I just say hubby's a minimalist?
Oh no.
and he shares this space with me. He's also exceptionally shy. He's so good. He's so good to share this.
Oh, that's awesome. He's also nerdy and geeky and loves games.
Oh
though.
Yes. Yeah. He writes mods for Rust, for Rust PVE, and so
cool.
so he's an IT coder and he writes all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he's looking after us in the world of COVID right now. That's what his job is now.
Oh yes, that is a very important job. I feel like a noob that I missed all those references to Portal with Cave Johnson behind me, but I'm sleep deprived, so you have to cut me a little slack. Question. Any ideas for how games could enable or attract or elevate more folks to build supportive communities like yours? So how could games enable and elevate folks to build more supportive communities?
Talk about it. Talk about more than just their games. Lift up streamers who are doing that. Lift up content creators that are doing that. I think language is very powerful. So I think if they talk about that alongside their regular branding conversations and look, we're doing this and we're doing this. I was playing New World a couple of days ago, and the developers came into chat, and then they tweeted about our community and how wholesome it was. And so that's the kind of interaction and language and this two-way street that works, I think, not only for them, but also for the communities. And so they were promoting, and I didn't expect it, they promoted our community along with their game. So, it was a win-win for them. I knew what they were doing as well. It was a win for me. But I just think having that conversation and also branding, recognizing streamers that are out there doing this, not just the really loud, large streamers. Let's recognize some of the smaller communities as well, the good work that they're doing. So it doesn't hurt. They can lift up their brand and their product, but lift up the communities in the same conversation.
Absolutely. Being more engaged. Yes, I did an interview this morning, and they had asked me something similar about mental health and games, and that was my response. It was like, talk about it.
Talk about it.
It goes a long way, just having the conversation.
And bring it up in interviews. And bring it up in interviews. As a streamer, if you get interviewed, talk about it.
Yeah. What's one thing on your bucket list that you would love to cross off?
I've got a big bucket list. I'd like to do voice work. This is a new thing. People come into my channel and they say, we love how you sound. You're very calm. We'd like to listen to you. And so I've recently been thinking I'd like to either do voice work, or I may even, hubby's trying to gently prod me into doing a YouTube where I just read stories or just provide some quiet voice work in the back. So I'm trying to imagine what that will look like, but that's somehow made its way onto my bucket list. Don't know how that'll look.
All right.
In amongst all the things that I'm doing.
If anyone's looking for voice work, a voice work actress, I have a children's book. I can send it to you. It's got 26 stories. You can,
perfect.
And they rhyme.
D&D is on my list. D&D is on my list. I've never done it. Hubby has. I have never done it. I'd really like to try it. I think it'd be fabulous. I'm nervous about it. So that's something.
We're gonna make this happen. Promises are now being made. Haughty Chicken has never played D&D. We were just talking about doing some kind of ambassador appreciation type stuff. Haughty Chicken's gonna play D&D. We're gonna make it work. Dr. B is a wonderful dungeon master. I have played with him as a player and a DM. Make it right.
One of those things that frightened me, but I really want to try. I really want to try.
I was in a similar position to you a couple years ago. I'd never played D&D. I always felt like it was peripheral to my circle, like I just missed out on the fandom somehow.
Yes.
And I met Dr. B, and I met the DM of Clinical Role, and they were like, "You've never played D&D, you should play." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't know. It sounds really fun." And they're like, "You should play on a stream." Sure. Why not? Let's do that.
Terrifying.
It was terrifying. I remember the first time, you'll appreciate this because you love RPGs like me. The first time I played, they were like, "Okay, here's your character. She's on a mountainside. Okay, well, what is she thinking? What does she say?" And I was like, "What do you mean, what does she say?" I have to come up with the words. What are my chat options? I need my chat options. But it's loads of fun. We're gonna get you into D&D for sure. We can make that happen. Blushing Cracker
says I'm in.
Played it either. Yep. See, easy sell. He's always in for D&D. That's not a hard sell for him. Especially D&D with you. That'll be very, very fun. I want in on that too. I haven't played in a long time. Dr. Kelly also plays. All right, back to my tin of questions. Everyone's talking about how D&D is the best. See, you're in for a treat. Have you ever gone shopping on Black Friday? Do you have Black Friday in Australia? Do you do that? The wild shopping day?
Not really. We have end of year sales. Our end of financial year is the last day of June, and so we have our financial year starts the 1st of July. And so end of June is kind of our sales, but they're not like what you have. I know what you have because I live there. We don't really. And hubby will tell you, as a North American, he says these aren't sales. It's like 10% off. Don't tell me that's a sale. But no, we don't really. No.
No, I went once when I was young and didn't know better. Those do not recommend.
No,
doing that. No, definitely not worth it. So this might be a tough one for What is one fiction book that you think everyone should read? We talked about nonfiction already. I know you said you haven't read a fiction book in a while. Is there like a classic?
I know it's been a long time. Yeah. Look, To Kill a Mockingbird comes to mind.
Classic.
That moved me tremendously. And we studied it in my final year of high school. But I haven't picked it up for a long time. But that one does come straight to mind. So there we are. That is a good book. Yeah.
I don't read too many fiction books either. These are like academic books.
My time is now. If I've got time to read, it's got to be academic or a paper. Yeah. So
yes, I understand. And after graduate school, it took me several years before I picked up a fiction book, just because I was like, I read for work all day long. Yes. I don't want to read for fun. Yeah. Thank you for the subscription. Hi Nathan. Here we go. Let's get into the psyche of you. You are having a dinner party. You can have any 3 dinner guests you want. Who do you invite?
Oh my word! Oh my goodness!
Any 3.
It's funny that you say that, because often we'll be watching someone, hubby and I, or watching a movie or watching a TV talk show or something, and we'll look at each other and we'll say, "They're coming." And we're referring to this magical dinner party that we were having. I remember growing up, my dad used to always say, he's now passed, he'd love to have Billy Connolly to dinner. And so often I think I'd like to have like comedians, or David Attenborough I'd love to have. There's a few people that I see. So I think I'd have Billy Connolly on one end. I'd have David Attenborough on the other. Do they have to be living or dead? David Attenborough on the other. There's so many people that I admire. You've really got me on the I'm trying to think now who the other would be. It's really. Could I just have all of BTS? Can I just?
Yes. This is your fantasy.
Can I just have all of BTS as well? Yes. There we are.
Yes.
That's an unusual dinner table right there.
I'm sneaking into that dinner party. That sounds like a lovely dinner party. I remember I did a test session where I drew questions and I answered them myself, and I got that one, and I was like, Oprah. Like, I didn't know. Like, it's hard to pick 3.
And then an hour later you remember, I should have said this person and this person. I would have sounded so great. But yeah, no. Just give me K-pop and Billy and comedy and a little bit of David, and I'll be happy.
That would be a great dinner. Are you kidding? That'd be wonderful.
And a translator, maybe. We might need a translator.
You might, or you might not. It might be more fun without.
Maybe.
As long as the food is good, all will be well. And David Attenborough, I mean, what kind of stories would he have?
I know.
I know. And he has a lovely voice as well.
Yes, he does.
What is your favorite holiday movie? Do you have a favorite holiday movie? A festive?
We don't really, unlike the United States, we don't really have holiday movies per se here. Our culture is a little bit different. When I was a little girl, I'd say most of you won't know this because you're probably all much younger than me. There was a little animated movie called The Little Drummer Boy that used to play every Christmas. And it was little animation type of, I think they were little felt figures, I think. And I remember as a child, we used to watch that all the time. That was the thing that we used to watch. So probably that's my childhood memory. But we don't really have, not that in my family, we don't really watch holiday movies per se. So I can't really, I think that might be very much a US thing.
You think? What
we do have some differences.
Sure. Tell me about your what holiday traditions do you have in Australia? So like in America, it was very much like holiday movies and Boxing Day shopping and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I found that because I found that in the States it was very much your holidays were very, very important to you. As a society, it was something to look forward to, something to celebrate. Our society is for example, Anzac Day, which is very much like your I'm trying to think what it's like. in holding up the military, and so
Oh.
Anzac is Australian New Zealand Army Corps. So our Anzac Day is like your what's called similar.
Memorial
Starts
Day.
with L. I can't think. Memorial Day, yeah, similar. So for us, it's very much around mateship and holding up each other. That so our society is very much in Australia based on mateship. It's very much about holding up those that are, I suppose, the underdogs. And so Australia, if we get behind someone, our culture is very much about that. So Anzac Day is very important to us. We're very much about our sports. We're very much a sporting culture as well. So we don't. Yeah, it is different. I did find it different living in the United States because everything was so focused on Halloween, for example. A lot of Australians will reject Halloween outright. We can be very abrupt in something that is not from our own culture like that. So a lot of Australians will not accept Halloween, for example. We don't have like 4th of July, and we have our own issues around our Australia Day because it was also based on the invasion of the Indigenous. So there's an awful lot around that as well. So we're pretty laid back. When you think about Christmas in the States and you think about the holidays and holiday moves and stuff, as soon as our Christmas hits, it's hot weather. We're looking at a 45-degree day for Christmas, and that's when we have our holidays. Most people are off for 8 weeks. Right. The children are off for 12 weeks. So, ours is very much about our lifestyle, our sports, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That sounds lovely. What kind of are you into sports? Do you watch a lot of sports?
I was in sports when I was younger. Not so much now. I like watching sports, and I know the Olympics are on, but I'm very much into watching winter sports. See, it's that link back to Canada. I discovered curling when I was visiting Canada. What a thing is that? That's fabulous. Okay. I love curling.
Listen,
I love curling.
Curling is amazing. Okay, I only recently discovered curling when I moved to Canada. And I have children that are 6 and 3, and I desperately want to put them in curling. And everyone thinks that I don't think they do it that young.
Do it.
I'm gonna, because hockey's the thing here, right? Too many concussions. I was like, no, hockey, curling is what we're gonna do. There we go. Now we've got the chat up now on their feet because curling
is. Yes. I remember the first time I watched it, I thought, what is this? I absolutely loved it. Yeah. So I love watching winter sports. See, I need to get back to Canada. I need that dual citizenship. I need to check out the universities. Another master's. There's always time.
You're always welcome. There is always time. Let me know when you come. I'll come and get you. And we can hang out. Yay, curling. Yeah, I know. And they have curling alleys here, like they have bowling alleys. And my husband went with his work, and he was like, "It's not easy."
Fabulous.
It's not easy. Yeah. Okay. Well, those are Olympians you're watching. Of course, they make it look easy.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. He's like, those shoes, they're very slippy. Yeah. Oh, okay. What is your favorite video game franchise?
Look, it would have to be Bethesda. I adore Skyrim, and I adore Fallout 4. That is my go-to. If I need solace and solitude and solo gameplay, I actually go to Fallout 4. I know it's getting quite old now, but I play it with mods, and that's why I have the Nuka Girl up on there. I absolutely adore Fallout 4. So, yeah, I'd have to say.
I love the aesthetic of Fallout, the visual. Whole visual aesthetic.
I do too. Yeah.
So many swords it has to sport. I'm glad that everyone in the chat is also on board with curling. Curling is the only occasion when brooms don't clean
look,
anything.
Who knew? You need a curling emote.
Dr. P, are you listening? Or Dr. Dunlap, we need a curling emote.
Curling emote.
My mother is in America, very much a Southern belle, and I introduced her to curling, and she actually brought it up to me. She was like, "You know what was on the other day? Curling. Like, make Canadian out of you yet." What is one video game character you relate to, and why?
I actually can't answer that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd have to think about that.
I'll draw again. You think, okay, I'll put it to the side. You think about that one. We'll return to that.
Okay.
We'll return to that. Fun fact. Here, fun fact. My fun fact went away. Where is it? Fun fact. Here in Denmark, we don't talk about soccer moms. We have curling parents. Really?
Really?
In Denmark?
Wow. Goodness.
That's very cool. Almond Beard. Managing game communities is very hard. I work as an engineer at a big studio, and we have explicit mental health support and support on dealing with abuse on social media for all employees. That's Well, that's excellent. That's a step ahead of a lot of people. That's excellent. You have explicit rules for that. Community management is a new discipline in games, and it shows. This has been wonderfully enlightening, but it's nearly 1 a.m. here in the UK. Thank you both. And in chat, I'll be tuning in again. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're here and that you found it helpful and useful. And please return. It'd be great to have you. Here in Norway, we talk about curling parents too. I have a new life goal, and that is to be a curling parent.
Curling parent.
Yeah, for sure.
You had soccer mums. You've heard about show mums, and now we all now know about curling parents.
I didn't know this was a thing. I know that hockey moms are a thing because hockey's really big here. But okay,
I was a swimming mom.
Swimming? Oh, see, swimming would be good too. I'd be down with my kids to do swimming.
Yeah, my children went to swimming. So.
Just no concussion sports. That's kind of my rule. Tell me, curling parent people, do let me know, how young can I take my kids to the curling alley? I just want to know. What Jeopardy category would you probably get every question right?
TV, as in science fiction.
Oh yeah, very good. I would not. You would dominate me in that category for sure. Do you like? Okay, the question is, what kind of jelly do you put on your peanut butter sandwich? But I don't even know if you eat peanut butter sandwiches or if you like jelly.
I do like peanut butter
sandwiches.
I like jam, aka jam sandwiches. We don't call it jelly, of course. I tried peanut butter and jam once because I saw it in the movies. That's a bit of a funky thing. Can I just say?
Wait. Yeah, you didn't like the combination? What flavor jam did you go for?
Raspberry.
Raspberry? Okay. It's very classic flavor? No? Not a fan?
And look, hubby, who I can hear behind me, and I'm just going to say, you can come in if you need to, hubby. He's working. He's being so good. I think he's up the stairs. You can come if you want. Hubby likes peanut butter. He has peanut butter and chocolate. Who has peanut butter and chocolate together? He's beside me now saying Reese's Pieces.
In a candy?
You can all wave to hubby.
Yeah.
Hubby's about
Reese's
to walk
Pieces.
Past.
I'm on board with your Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
We're just waving to hubby as he goes past. Bye, hubby.
No.
But yeah, the whole peanut butter with things I don't get. Unless it's in a satay. If it's in a satay, sign me up.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and sweet, you can keep that there.
Not a fan.
Sorry.
Whoa. Okay, someone went one step further. Delaney says peanut butter and bacon. How do we feel about that? That's not sweet. That's savory.
It might work. Hey, look, I tried maple bacon. So I saw that on the internet. I went and cooked it straight away. I got some Canadian maple and I put you have to do it in the oven. Don't have too much though. Balances everything.
Yes, everything in moderation. Too much.
I'll just let you know that emote there with the moose ears. If hubby comes over, if hubby comes over to me to help with chat, I say, get back in your box now. Off you go. And so we have an emote for back in your box for the moose.
Oh, that's so cute. I love the moose. Peanut butter and honey, peanut butter and banana. There's a lot of peanut butter suggestions here. Peanut butter and bacon. I don't know about peanut butter and bacon. I just have to say, I'm a purist with the peanut butter. Yeah. I will say I do prefer peanut butter by itself. I'll eat it with jam or jelly or honey. Maybe not bacon. But by itself is best. Do you like chunky or creamy peanut butter? That's another question.
Chunky.
What? There's the twist at the end of that question. Chunky peanut butter. Oh, okay. I guess I'm outnumbered here in the chat with the peanut butter. Who did you send your last text to? Who do you text? Do you text a lot of people?
Look, because we're in lockdown right now, and my community know that we have a new grandbaby coming soon. So I'm texting a lot of my immediate family. So so I think the last one would have been one of the one with the wee ones coming. So yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. New babies are so exciting. What are you currently watching these days? You watching anything?
I'm watching something that's been filmed in Canada, and it's called Virgin River on Netflix. I go through a phase where I binge watch everything. So I just finished all of Star Trek Enterprise. Then I watched all of Star Trek Next Generation. Then I watched all of the 100. And then I wanted something a bit wee, light and fluffy. I watched some zombie movie on a plane, Red Sky something or other, yesterday. See, I have this capacity to, if I'm reading through abstracts, I just have some noise in the background. If it's music, it's too chill and I can't take in what I'm reading. So I have Netflix on while I study. I know it may not necessarily be a great habit, but and so I've got this thing called Virgin River. It's some sort of fluffy thing going on in the background. But I looked, that was so beautiful, and it's being filmed in Canada. So yeah,
that's nice.
I'm sort of not watching it rather than it's in the background.
In the background, yeah.
Yeah.
I am currently watching The Umbrella Academy. Okay, those spoilers. I've never seen it. Well, I've seen it now. I'm watching it now.
It is so good. It is so good, and they're making a third series. Oh, it's so.
And
good.
It's being filmed in Toronto, and I am this close to going down there and finding Klaus because we need to be BFFs.
It is so good. It is so good. Love that. Love that.
It's all about Klaus. Yes, I love it too.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
So glad you're watching it.
I mean, I want like to cosplay.
Yes,
all of them. I love it so much. The fish tank. Anyway, my husband watches a lot more TV than me, and so he'll be like, "You should watch this and you should watch that," and I get it in my head like, I don't want to watch it. You've already seen it, like, you know. And he'll like, "Fine, I'll watch The Umbrella Academy." And like 5 minutes in, I was like, "Why haven't I seen this before? It's so good."
But I have a confession to make. Be ready. This will shock you. I haven't watched The Matrix. Any of them.
Listen, Keanu, Saint Keanu, you have denied yourself.
I'm sorry.
You only need to watch the first one. Let's be honest.
Okay, I'll just watch the first one then.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Okay.
That's okay. I hadn't watched The Umbrella Academy until like a week ago, so
okay, all right.
It's a safe space. We can share our confessions here. Maybe when Virgin River's over, you just put that on in the background. Just the first one. They decline from there. Okay, so
oh, then, ma'am.
I know. People are upset about that. Saint Keanu is, you know, we do love him here. I think We're Alone Now, but from Umbrella Academy was so great. It was, and I even after the first episode, I was like, Klaus is my favorite. He's the best. It's only gotten better from there. And I want to read the comics now. And here's the thing. I didn't know it was from Gerard Way. Big MCR fan. I would have watched it years ago if I would have known that. And it's so good. Okay, here we go. Which character from the Umbrella Academy do you dance like? Speaking of that dance montage, not Diego for me, for sure.
I don't dance well. There, you can take your own assumptions from that. I don't dance well. I'm very much a 1980s. I just sort of shuffle a bit over here and I shuffle a bit over there, and that's pretty much it, really.
Oh, that's okay. That's like the Elliot Page dance. That's.
There we go. There we go.
Luther.
Yeah. I dance like them.
I'm definitely the Elliot Page. Yeah, they were
very chill.
So, yeah. Such a good show. I can't wait to finish it. Okay, so we can go back to the character question, or we can pick a different one.
Pick a different one because there's just too many. There's too many.
It's hard. I know. It's hard. All right. Oh, who is your favorite streamer to watch? Do you have a favorite streamer that you like to watch?
Look, no, I it's why I don't actually promote. I don't say, "Oh, please go and watch," or on Twitter. You know, a lot of people recommend, because there's so many, and it depends on my mood. Sometimes there's a Twitch channel that I watch that is literally just rain, because I'm very much into ASMR as well to unpack and unwind. And so I probably couldn't say that it just depends on my mood. You know, I can watch Brock's making things that he wants to watch. I can go and watch Anxiety if I really want to. She's fabulous to learn from. It just depends. So I wouldn't pick out any in particular. I could say I don't watch very frenetic streams. I don't like streams that are just an abundance that will, you know, overload my senses. So I tend to steer away from those. I do need them to be fairly relatable for me and chill.
So you don't watch the Fortnite streams? No, because those are...
Yeah, no. Having said that, you know, I'll watch high-end competitions because I do like watching them because I'm not very good at some games. So, but I in my day-to-day, it needs to be fairly quiet. I prefer those.
Yes. My husband started watching the Grand Theft Auto role-playing server streams, which are fascinating.
Oh, goodness.
Have you seen these?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh my goodness, he opened my eyes to a whole new world. They are private servers, but they role play like the people who make the hamburgers, and the police officers are role playing police officers, and the criminals are role playing
How fascinating.
It's a good study of people. I know that you and I share people watching.
Goodness.
Yeah, I can recommend.
I'm going to try role-playing in November when the Bunny Boys come out with Final Fantasy. I'm making a Reaper. That'll be my very first attempt at role-playing game.
That's exciting. Are you going to stream
See how that goes.
Probably. Yeah. That's good D&D prep because you have to come up with your own dialogue. Because I learned that the hard way on stream live. It was great.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. It was really funny. What do you mean? I remember too. She was like, "What's your hair look like?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm supposed to make this stuff up. What am I? Give me a." You
didn't get the email?
Bar. No, I know. Nobody told me. And then I was climbing up a mountain. I was like, "Oh, her hair's really long," and they're like, "That's quite impractical." You're climbing. Okay, I don't know. Which Fallout 4 faction do you join?
The Minutemen.
The Minutemen. You heard it here first. Okay, I'm going to scroll up and see if I missed any questions.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to glance across to this wonderful man next to me just to make sure he doesn't have to go into a call.
Oh, yes.
Because I am conscious that I share a working space, so I'm just going to
yes.
double check with hubby. Yes.
Is he good? Oh, okay. I did miss a comment about a donut on a hamburger. How do we feel about that? Oh, are we intrigued? It's sweet and savory. Okay, I think
how does one eat one of those? I've seen them where they use the donuts as the buns.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
About that one, we'll park that one over there.
We'll
park that over there.
Well,
that's my hand movement. You didn't say over there.
Yeah.
When I don't like something, it's normally over there.
Yes. Oh, yes. We need to take you to the American State Fair, the Texas State Fair. I am born and raised in Texas.
I didn't get to go to one. I got to go to a baseball game, which was so good. I was lining up. Yes. I didn't know when you went into a baseball field that they had all these food things inside, and people had food everywhere, and it was such a big thing. And it was where the reserves are for the San Francisco main team in San Jose. And so I was lined up, and these people behind me were lovely, and they tapped on my shoulder, and they said, "You're not from around here." And I said, "No, good guess, I'm not." And I got some things called a loaded fries thing, and we went and sat to watch the game. And then this fellow came walking, this very fine-looking fellow with lovely silver hair came up, and he had all these gifts and signed things, and he said, "I heard that you're not from around here." I had no idea how he knew that I wasn't from here. And he gave me all these goodies. It was so kind. It was my first experience of a baseball game. And it was so cool. It was amazing. But I didn't get to go to a state fair. That was on my list.
Yes.
Maybe one day.
Well,
maybe one day.
One day. And if you go to the Texas State Fair, they have delicacies like fried butter was one of the food. Sounds hideous. Deep fried Mars bars.
And you have turkey legs. Cuisine. You have these massive turkey legs that people walk around with, and you have fried cake thing, like fried.
Oh, the funnel cakes.
Yeah. Funnel cake. You have the I have to go one day. And barbecues. Okay. Just don't get me started. I miss your barbecue so much. We don't have barbecues like you have.
You don't have to. Well, we don't have barbecues.
Yeah, but not like barbecue. No. Like we have sausages and chops on the grill. Not like barbecues.
You need like a brisket and a pulled pork and some potatoes. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to stop now. Now I'm hungry, and I am living in Canada where they also do not have.
I'll need a second breakfast now.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming and spending this time with us.
It was my pleasure. My absolute pleasure.
So lovely.
It has been lovely.
And we were going to go eat now.
Yeah. I'm going to go and get a second breakfast.
Yes. Okay. Most excellent. Well, thank you all, guys, for coming to hang out with us, and we'll be back next Monday. And take care of yourselves, and we'll chat soon.
Take care. Okay.